Michelle Joy Phelps, and I'm joined now with Johnny Nelson.
I was just doing an interview and she laughed and messed the whole interview up. You know what I'm talking about? She did it, mess it up. But I'm just saying, don't want to make you feel bad. I'm just saying.
It's honestly something I can't help. But anyways, we're here at the Wembley Stadium. We got Joshua versus Klitschko. First of all, one of the things that I thought was pretty cool, and I'm sure cool for Joshua, is seeing Joshua versus Klitschko and not Klitschko versus Joshua. To see how far he's come in the last 2 years.
Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of sliding doors in this story. Vladimir knows Anthony through the gym. Anthony's been in the gym very humble, wanting to learn, and when you're king of the gym, you're king of the gym. It's very hard for you to accept mentally that some young bucks come through and pass you over. So when you sat at that press conference, as far as Klitschko's concerned, he is the boss. He's the wise one. He's the one that's, you got to come to me, son. That even though he's not champion, and Joshua naturally fell into that role of being a little humble, because it was a habit. But he's also remembered, I've done well so far. I think as it gets closer to fight, then mentally in his head he is going to say, right, I'm growing. At this moment in time, naturally couldn't help himself but fall into that humble, respectful mode. It was nice to see two fighters being respectful and this will sell itself. This fight oozes class. This fight oozes 90,000 people in this arena here. The last time it was George Groves and Carl Froch, and it was second to none. It was such an atmosphere.
Do you think Carl Froch is going to be a little bit upset that someone's going to beat his record?
Well, that's his line. Nah, he's all right. He's all right. I don't think it'll be that bad to him, but he'll be all right. I think. Listen, he'll be part of history, and he'll be hoping upon hope that he doesn't sell more than 80,000. But this will sell because the UK are intrigued at two former Olympic gold medalists fighting each other. One, an outstanding world champion for many, many years that couldn't be beaten, and the other, an inexperienced, as they say, world champion, young, 18 fights, 27 years old. So it's just an intriguing fight that will capture the public's imagination.
We got two guys, like you were saying, two Olympic champions. They're both 6'6".
Yep.
They have similar reach. I think Joshua has a 1 inch reach advantage.
He hasn't. Listen, Klitschko has the longer reach. Okay. Look at Klitschko's shoulders.
BoxRec's wrong then.
Yeah, they've got it wrong. Look at his shoulders. His shoulder big. His shoulders drop a little bit. So, most fighters, when they get in the ring with Klitschko, they think, well, I've got the same reach as him. Then all of a sudden, they're getting hit thinking, wow, where's this coming from? So when he used his shoulders as well as the length of the arms for that extension, he will have a longer reach. Don't let anybody fool you. You will see that. And when you look at the dimension of them when they stood together, just look at the shoulders, look at where the arms drop, and then look at some of his past fights and look at guys that have been tall, that have been rangy, that have struggled with him. You look at his last fight with Tyson Fury. He struggled with Tyson Fury's reach because Fury had the reach on him. He had the speed, he had the height. And so all of a sudden, when he was up against it at his age, he's gonna struggle. So therefore, I don't want anybody to think, or especially Joshua's team, I don't think they will think we've got the same reach. They haven't. Klitschko has a longer reach, but his pace is going to be key. His pace is going to be key to this. I knew when I boxed at the backstage of my career, I knew that if I didn't control the pace, I was going to have problems with the opponent. And so you control him with a jab, control the movement. Don't skip around the ring, step around the ring. When he's going to pressure you, stay calm, stay cool, control him. And that's what Klitschko's going to do, because if he tries to match Joshua with pace and speed, punch for punch, he's going to be gassed. His time is going to be off after 3-4 rounds, and then he's going to fall short, and that's where the problem's going to be. So this is about tactics, this is about game plan, and this is about Joshua using that speed, using that movement, and using that youth to put him under pressure.
Would you call this fight 50-50?
Yeah, I would, because one has the experience, one has the youth. One has a punch power, one has a boxing ability, but they both are very familiar with each other, but are both mentally strong individuals. The difference between the two of them is one of them, as a heavyweight, doesn't mind getting smashed in the face, and that's Anthony Joshua. We saw that when he boxed Dylan White. He thought, let's have some of this. When you saw Vladimir Klitschko get hit against Tyson Fury, his shoulders went up, his head went down, he kind of panicked to say, what's going on here? So the reaction of both fighters when they get hit and hurt are very different, and that's a sign of the character when you're under pressure, because most big guys, when they get hit, do not know how to handle it because they're not used to getting hit.
Right. And lastly, Johnny, have you seen Charles Martin's rants on Instagram?
I actually was just looking at something. I think it didn't get the sign, so I don't know what he was ranting about. So
He basically referred to himself as Bruce Lee and says that he would basically whoop AJ's ass as well as Parker's ass in the same night.
Has he forgotten something?
You just have to watch it.
I'll watch it, and then we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, you let me know what you think about it.
All right, I will do. But Charles Martin, who's already boxed Anthony Joshua, that Charles Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we could just take it with a pinch of salt. Or maybe he got hit too hard and fell on his ass and his head.
Yeah.
And I like Charles. What are you saying, man? Behave yourself.
No one knows. No one knows. All right, Johnny, thank you so much for your time. I always appreciate you.
Sister,
All right. Bye, Fight
If you haven't
fans.
already subscribed to our channel, make sure you go ahead and do so because Behind the Gloves is worldwide with our coverage. All you have to do is click this little link right here.